So, me boy, UFC Noche, and this to me, I think, is a flyweight fight that might even have title implications. Perhaps not next, but at some point down the line, it wouldn't be surprising if we saw the winner of this event's main event facing off against either Tracy Cortez or Jasmine Jasudivicius, who is fighting on a Niagara top team. And gotta be honest, me boy, she's been looking pretty nice recently. Won two straight. Most recently took out Miranda Maverick, and she was a pretty sizable dog in that one. And I don't want to say she made light work of Fear the Maverick, but it was definitely a clear, decisive win for Jasudivicius. And this is a woman who also has wins over Kay Hansen. She beat Julia Polastri on the Contender Series, and Polastri just picked up a finish like 5 hours ago. So that woman is pretty tough and just got signed to the UFC as well. So some pretty good wins for Jasmine. Her only losses are against Elise Reed and Natalia Silva, who is another tough woman in this division. So some good stuff from there, from the Niagara Top Team product. But she's taking on Tracy Cortez, who is on a fat win streak. She lost her professional debut, but since then she's won 10 straight. And while most impressively, I think, was the recent performance over Melissa Gatto, a fight where Gatto just demonstrated zero fight IQ and got absolutely dominated by Tracy Cortez and Root. But if you look at Tracy Cortez's previous wins, she beat Justine Kish. That was a close split decision, though, and she also has that split decision win over Erin Blanchfield, and a lot of people think that Erin Blanchfield did enough to win that fight. So a very impressive record, some impressive wins, and we know she's getting always fight ready at fight ready under Eddie Chas. So what are your thoughts on this one, Meat Boy? Stylistically, they're pretty similar. Jasudivicius is a little bit bigger and will have a little bit of a reach advantage, though. So you taking Tracy Cortez to continue the win streak, or is the Canadian from Niagara Top Team going to cash this dog?
You know, I think this is a really big levels test for both of these girls. I'm very excited to see who wins. I gotta roll with Tracy. You know, she's newly single, and she's looking to mingle with Yasmin, and I think she's going to ragdoll her. To be honest, I think her grappling really is the real deal. You know, she's kicking it with Henry Cejudo, Triple C, and all the legendary wrestlers that are coming out of ASU in Arizona. So I think her skill is there, and obviously she probably picked up a few things from Paulo Costa recently, I would imagine. So I think she's just going to be really well prepared. But man, Jazz looked really good her last fight. I think this is going to be a lot closer fight than I would have guessed. If it wasn't for her, Jazz's last performance, I would have said Cortez is going to demolish. She should be a minus 400. But I think the odds makers have this right. This is a close fight, but I gotta lean Cortez.
Yeah, it's close, right? Cortez is a very slight favorite, but it's essentially a pick 'em. But if we look over at Tapology, it's not that close, right? 67% is rolling with T Cortez, 33% rolling with Jasmine. It's basically beige on both sides. So if you're anticipating a grappling heavy affair, do you see this fight going the distance, or is there any pathway for Tracy to pick up a finish?
If Tracy does get a finish, it's going to be on the ground. Submission or TKO. I doubt it's on the feet. I actually worry that if it stays on the feet, she might lose. I think it really comes down to, can she get it to the ground or not? If she doesn't, I don't know. I would say probably Jazz is going to win this on the feet, but I don't know. It's most likely a decision. Neither one of these girls hit crazy hard. It's either going to be a submission or a decision win for both of them.
Yeah, I think whoever wins decision does feel safe. I bet the odds aren't going to be great for a fight going the distance, but I mean, both these women are pretty much decision machines. If either were to get a finish, it would be their first in the promotion history. If we look at Tracy Cortez, she has the 6 or 7 beautiful wins, but 0 finishes on her record, and same can be said about Jasmine as well. So to me, I think either woman getting a finish is probably a pipe dream, but in this one, Meat Boy, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Jasmine. I feel like she's going to have the reach and height advantage. And you mentioned the wrestling. I'm curious to see how this plays out. Is Tracy Cortez going to be able to just body Jasmine and get her down, hold her down, keep her down like she did against Melissa Gatto? Or is Jasmine Jasudivicius going to be a little bit too big, a little bit too strong? And if she's able to stiff arm the shorter Tracy, maybe she keeps this fight on the feet and perhaps has some advantages while there. So I'm going to go Jasmine. I'm going to go by decision, but this to me feels like it's going to be a very razor thin, close competitive fight. And I might even be checking out either fighter wins by split or majority decision, because I could see this being one of those fights where each round is basically impossible to score, and in the end you're probably going to get a Tracy Cortez by split decision, but in the end for me, boy, I'm going to pick Jasmine to get the split myself. Any last thoughts?
No, it's a great fight, close fight. Throw in the comments, we take it and why, and smash me subscribe.